Where are you from? The Living Lands. Just want to mic. The Living Lands is a mountainous region of a large northern island renowned for its diversity of plant and animal life. Its weather is unpredictable and its ecosystems vary dramatically from valley to valley. The Living Lands are home to an assortment of races in a variety of colonial and independent settlements. What was your job? Drifter? You never quite fit in no matter where you go. Each new town is just a place to rest briefly before moving on to the next. You are more comfortable on the road traveling the world. Or mercenary. Blade and battle is your way of life. You solve your problems by pulling out your weapon and applying force. Yeah. Explorer. You find the siren call of the horizon irresistible. You cannot help but wonder what lies beyond the next hill or wave. And you've built your life around finding out. I would go for the mercenary though. I think that fits our character the best. Weapon proficiency. I would like to go with a two-handed weapon. Like an great sword. Great sword, and what's the other one? Battle axe, okay. Yeah, battle axe I think is fine. Yeah. Okay, but we can't actually go back to the beginning and look at something there. Savannah folk. I mean, maybe?
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you. To open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world. Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby. The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door. The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
You sense the steward spirit in the bust, but she's unaware of you. Goosebumps rise on Edda's arms as you approach, but he seems unaware of your presence. There we go, back into our body.
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull. Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake? How are you feeling?
Alive.
Alive's a big improvement.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cad Nua.
Cad Nua has been destroyed. Aethus possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby. It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely. The further Aethus withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire archipelago. I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul, and proximity to it has brought you back.
I know.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
He pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
Misfortunes brewing topside, Magrans fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Engrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
Aye.
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
Alright, cool. Quick save. I just... I want to find something out, actually. We're going back to the main menu. And I want to know with the character creation if we could actually... what it is in the first tab that we could change, maybe. It's probably nothing special, nothing important, really. But I'm still curious. So let's take a look then. New game, and we can skip the intro. Yep, classic. Start and skip intro.
An aged dwarf, you can...
Okay. So going through it again as fast as we can.
Please. Thank you for joining.
A page she's...
Your brother.
Use selected history. Yes.
The dwarf...
Tell me, do you remember when you had the beat, though you and he are still connected. Taking
Her armored hand gingerly places a call.
Did you those? Of course, if that good. Before when you can picture.
Start from scrap. Male. Human. Meadow folk. The meadow folk or 13 came from an ancient civilization in the northern hemisphere and gradually migrated south into the equatorial jungles of Edir over several millennia. They are commonly found in Edir as well as Edir's former colonial territories. Red Keras and Durwood, Might and Resolve. Fighting Spirit, the Ocean Folk or the Savannah Folk? They all have Might and Resolve, yeah. Madhoff, hello there, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Let's see, let's check out the Meadow Folk. Single class, I would like to go with single class. Barbarian, no subclass. With the barbaric, yeah. Oh, doing fine. I'm doing fine as well. That's nice to hear. Very well. Yeah. Happy New Year. I don't know where you live currently, so either it's already a Happy New Year or very soon. Either way, I hope you're having a Happy New Year. So, and with this one here, Mike. Let's see. Mike, damage dealing, healing. So these two are strongly recommended for our class. These are our secondary stats. So about an hour from your place. So yeah, from my place as well. We are from the Netherlands. I'm sitting right here, northern Germany, in Hamburg. So hello there, welcome. About these stats, dexterity, intellect, maybe a little more into dexterity, another point in might maybe. Perception and resolve. Maybe we can keep them as they are. Yeah. Let's go with this one. A German barbarian. Yeah. No, very stereotypical, actually. I should let him wear some leather trousers, and he might be fighting with 2 jugs of beer. So when he gets into his barbaric rage, half drunk, yeah, this could work. We're going with the living lands there and the mercenary. And for weapon proficiencies, we're going again with the greatsword and yeah, one-handed maybe the battle axe. So, portrait. I wanted to go for Conan. Maybe like that. Ooh, holy shit, he's fucked up. You know what? Actually, the Savannah folk. A barb build with 3 resolve to intentionally receive a lot of criticals. Okay, I'm not very. I'm no expert in what the best builds might be or anything like that. I'm pretty casual, you might say, casual player. So I'm not that deep into the game mechanics. Actually, I think I'm fine with the other character. The other character we created. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we are just continuing with the other save then. I'm going to name him Conan. Conan, yep. This will be Conan the Barbarian. Something like chaotic, good to neutral, and yeah, kicking some ass and taking some names. So we switch back to the main menu real quick, and then we're going to load. We're going to load just the save we created not long ago in the captain's cabin, right at the start. As a savannah folk, human barbarian. So that should be fun.
I've got it.
We are going to pick up our equipment.
Make some use of it.
So we take a look at the tutorial screen. If you click on an item in your inventory to pick it up, you can place it in any highlighted slot to equip it. You can also double click items to automatically equip them. Wonderful. We have this male armor. Basic armor rating 7. Initiative, we get slowed down by this one a little bit, which is okay, I guess. We are placing this one in our offhand, and we have what we have here: Halia's Bounty, a prepared meal, plus 10 all defenses. For how long? Only consumed when resting, I see. Captain's Eye. Hands stitched by one of the finest hatters of Salona. The sharp lines of this hat suggest defiance against an uncaring sea. The Earl of Norwich gifted you that hat in recognition of the foresight, both natural and supernatural, for which you have gained a reputation in the Dirwood. You're not sure where the eye patch came from, but it reeks of rum. Captain's Eye. While not flanked, the wearer has resistance to perception affliction. Okay. Probably hide the head slot. And what is this? A ring. Crian's Gaunt's Pledge. Restoration. 2 uses per rest. Shares a generous portion of the caster's divine strength, restoring a significant amount of health to all allies in the area of effect. That's nice. This item grants the ability to shield the bearer from the myriad perils that plague the world of Eora. An aspect of the gods of the god Eothas, Gorn represents the harvest of old age, symbolized here by the many interlocking sickles that form the ring. As Gorn helps protect the dignity of old age, so too do his followers pledge to prevent young lives from being harvested before their time. And thank you for a follow. You will go light some firework illegally. Ooh. Well then, have a happy new year, and see you later then, hopefully. Take care. Take care. Gorn. Gorn is an aspect of Eothas associated with death and harvest. His implements are symbolically important. The sickle reaps what is sowed in life, and the lantern guides the deceased down their intended paths of death and rebirth. It's generally believed that Gorn, instead of Barav's avatars, visits those who embrace death with acceptance and understanding. His most fervent devotees are known as Harvesters of Gorn. Gorn is an answerer of wrongs and imbalances. This has contributed no small part to Dirwood's enthusiasm for vigilant justice. Popular regard for Gorn is polarizing. He is appreciated, feared, and characterized by a grim sense of finality. Is Gorn? Yeah, okay. Okay. Then take care. Bye bye, and thanks for stopping by. And see you later, maybe. So, and Happy New Year in advance. Okay, we're going to equip this one. Nice, so we are ready for battle, I would say.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them quickly.
Sure thing.
Get armed and suited up. We gotta get on deck.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious.
Let's go then.
Well, what have we here? A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm?
A surly, brutish-looking captain stands stiff back before his crew. He scowls as he assesses you. His hair whipping about his ears in the wind.
I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Well, at least he asked.
I am a gentleman of fortune.
The captain shrugs in the sheathing rain before pinning you with a slow, murderous grin.
Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'll be quick.
Must be nice to get paid to talk so much.
And you're the one who'll be paying me. Ain't that just lovely? Listen up, mates.
He cracks his neck as he addresses his crew.
I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it. Play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that are alive.
You heard, bandwidth!
Let's go! Combat introduction. Characters with a red selection circle are hostiles to you. To attack an enemy with your currently equipped weapon, click their selection circle. You can also select the attack button in the lower center of the screen to put the cursor into the attack state. This will allow you to attack anyone, even friendly characters. One thing, so wait. Maybe because enemy spotted. Okay. Savage attack. The character swings the greatsword with massive force, increasing damage at the cost of accuracy. Minus 10 accuracy. What is my base accuracy actually? Plus 30% damage though. My base accuracy with my main weapon is 19. Okay. So far I don't know if this is either good or bad. So let's just try this one out. We are just going to try if we hit our enemy or not. Or let's do the barbaric yell. Causing enemies in the area of effect to be shaken. And a shaken for 3 rounds lowers their resolve and all power levels. And the resolve was resolve was this one. Reducing hostile effect durations as well as improving will and deflection defenses. Internal drive. Okay. Let's just try this one. Both are shaken now. Not shaken anymore.
Defend the ship!
He's not really doing anything, or is he? Okay, we're going to just attack this one. And we missed. That one is not really doing anything. He's cheating. He's just standing there, doing nothing. Okay. Then let's go for a regular, good old swing here. Better. Just the one doing nothing. You've defeated the pirates, but you're not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to a rocky shore. The Defiant's crew hurries to reduce sail and batten down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship is still listing heavily. Just then, a loose crate tumbles toward you, gathering speed on the rain-slicked deck. It misses you, but knocks Chitupek, one of your deckhands, off his feet. The Defiant heaves. Chitupek pitches over the side. He grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping. He cries out for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate totters on the edge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognize the symbol on the front and realize it likely contains the salvage from Cape Nua. Your keep. Rescue Chitupek. You grab Chitupek's arm just as his grip fails. For a tense moment, he hangs suspended over the roiling sea. Then, with a mighty tug, you pull him back onto the deck. You hear a heavy splash. The crate from Cape Nua is gone. Chitupek meanwhile nods in gratitude and hurries to his station. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven you ashore. A flash of lightning reveals a treacherous coastline and Eothes striding into the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout a warning before the Defiant runs aground. The impact hurls you from the deck and into a froth of waves, bodies and splintering debris. You struggle toward the beach just ahead, even as the surf tugs you toward the open sea. You kick and paddle with all your might until at last you feel sand between your fingers. Pulling yourself ashore, you collapse.